As Provost and Academic Vice President of Salem State University, I am pleased to convene the commencement exercises and to welcome to today's ceremony you, the graduates, and your guests. Please join me now in standing as you are able for the singing of our national anthem by graduating student Akane Ishida.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang rare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I am honored to present John D. Keenan, President of Salem State University.
Greetings, class of 2020. Thank you for joining me. I know this is not the commencement you envisioned, and even so, you put that aside to log on and celebrate this special moment today. Thank you again for being here. When we postponed your commencement last year, it was hard to predict that the pandemic would continue for so long and with such force. The past year feels like a lifetime and the blink of an eye all at once. Some of you joined me a year ago for the virtual conferral of degrees, and at that time, I held out hope that in 2021, I could give you a traditional in-person ceremony. Unfortunately, the data told me that this could not be done while also maintaining the health and safety of our campus and our community. So thank you for once again making a tremendous sacrifice for the greater good. By coming together virtually today and through our Viking roll call events, we're demonstrating that we won't let the perfect be the enemy of the possible. The class of 2020 has certainly shown us what's possible. As you know too well, your final semester was upended by a global pandemic at the scale we haven't witnessed in over a century. Overnight, you had to adapt to new ways of learning and living. For many of you and your families, COVID-19 brought much larger difficulties. It led to financial challenges, illness, and unfortunately, in some instances, it led to loss. I want to give my condolences to anyone who has experienced the worst of this pandemic. And despite it all, through grit and determination, you persevered. You continued your studies and made it to graduation. What you've done is truly heroic. So please, don't ever lose perspective of how monumental this accomplishment is. I am confident that from here on, there is nothing that the members of the class of 2020 cannot achieve. You are defined by your adaptability, your resilience, and character. These are attributes that will serve you well and that our world needs now more than ever. This past year has been trying in ways that reach beyond the pandemic. It illuminated long-standing faults in the fabric of our nation. We were required to acknowledge the toxic impacts of systemic racism and hatred, a racism grounded in traditions of unequal treatment of individuals who are Black, Indigenous, and people of color. We witnessed gross inequity in systems of criminal justice, housing, economics, education, and medical care. We experienced a crisis in our political system that culminated in the storming of the United States Capitol by rioters. But amid the horror of the past year, they have been seeds of hope that speak to the ability of progress to thrive under the most difficult of conditions. People have awoken to racial and economic inequities in our country, and they have organized towards change in their lives, their communities, at state houses, and nationally. Over the past year, as we bore witness to the impact of traditions, policies, and practices that served as barriers to access, many of us learned. We learned that injustice left unchecked is destructive to us all, and that bearing witness alone is inadequate. Your collective activism, intellect, and persistence through this challenging year forecasts a brighter future. We also saw history being made in the representation of women and people of color in some of the highest offices. We saw the inauguration of Vice President Kamala Harris, the first female, first black woman, and first person of South Asian descent to hold this office. And locally, Mayor Kim Janey became the first woman and first black person ever to lead the city of Boston. And she was sworn in by Chief Justice Kimberly Budd, who grew up right here on the North Shore in Peabody, and recently became the first black female to lead the state's highest court. This long overdue progress does not negate the work that must be done, but we should celebrate these barriers being broken and how that will contribute to a more equitable future. Just as you've worked to hold us accountable here on campus, please continue to hold your respective disciplines, communities, industries, and elected officials accountable as well. Your time at Salem State has prepared you to contribute, to lead, and to make a difference. The future is bright, and your spirit represents the change that we need to see. There is also hope in the way that our country responded to the pandemic. People bought gift cards to support their favorite restaurants, purchased groceries for those in need, and volunteered to book vaccine appointments for complete strangers. Please, never turn down help when you need it, and take the opportunity to help someone who needs you. While we must address the inequities that this pandemic has further exposed, we can also appreciate the many instances in which we saw outpourings of support and compassion for others. We also saw a significant triumph in our scientific community, and that is something to celebrate. Just over a year since COVID-19 was detected in the United States, the FDA has approved vaccines for emergency use. This shines light on the true power of science and innovation. The fastest vaccine developed before that was for the mumps, and it took approximately 4 years. While COVID-19 vaccines might have been developed in a year, the scientific community took much longer to build. That foundation is a product of curiosity, inquiry, and education, of people who not only asked questions, but who had access to the opportunities that would allow them to pursue answers. Never stop asking questions, searching for solutions, and making it possible for others to do the same. And finally, as the national political landscape became painfully polarized, and it may have been tempting to look away from politics, the voters of this country showed up. Voters turned out in record numbers to have a say in the future of our country. The youth vote also increased and is believed to have tipped elections outcomes in several states. Please continue to use your voice at the ballot box, in your communities, and elsewhere. In our commencement ceremonies this year, we will have the privilege of hearing from a leader who has used her voice to help address issues of social justice. We will hear from award-winning author, social justice scholar, and filmmaker, Dr. Monique Morris. I am proud to be granting her an honorary degree from Salem State University. Of course, there's also much hope to be found in looking at the graduating class of 2020. Because amid all the challenges that we face, I take comfort in knowing that those who persevered to graduation during these trying times are the ones who will lead us in the future. Your Salem State degree is a powerful tool, and I am honored to call you our alumni. I hope that you've been able to use what you've learned at Salem State in fulfilling ways this past year. So please, always hold on to that sense of determination that got you here today. Congratulations to the amazingly resilient class of 2020. Your strength will always be remembered and admired. Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Rob Lutz, Chair of the Salem State University Board of Trustees.
As Chair of the Salem State University Board of Trustees, It is with a great deal of pleasure that I congratulate each member of the graduating class and welcome you, your family, and friends to our commencement. I'm truly honored to represent the members of the university's Board of Trustees. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I'm extremely proud of the work the university has done in preparing you to successfully pursue the careers of your choice. The credit for the university's success, of course, goes to you, the students, and to your supporters, to your mothers and fathers, spouses, grandparents, children, friends, and all others who have supported your efforts here at the university. We are ever mindful of the effort required by each of you to reach the success you have achieved today. Thank you and congratulations.
It is my pleasure to introduce Professor Tiffany Chenault, President of the Salem chapter of the Massachusetts State College Association, who will bring greetings on behalf of the university's faculty and librarians.
Congratulations, everyone. Woo! It's graduation day. Throughout your education, you have navigated across a sea of unknowns. You have persisted through many shifting situations. You are graduating today because you prevailed, making choices and carving out your own destiny. In addition to being well educated in the liberal arts and in your academic disciplines during your journey throughout higher education, you have become aware of societal issues of economic, social, political, and racial inequalities. You have learned to use your voice on issues that matter to you. And you've learned to apply your creativity to critical thinking to overcome challenges that are uniquely yours. Graduating from college, especially during a pandemic, as we know, is no easy task. And many of you are able to do so. Also, many of you are the first in your families to go on to graduate in these trying times. I trust each of you have had many supporters who've kept you going, who've supported you along the way. As president of the union and the Salem State faculty and librarians, I can attest that for me and my colleagues, it has been a privilege to support you in your journey. One of the joys of being an educator at a public teaching university is seeing your individual successes and understanding how those successes matter in ever-expanding circles to your families and to your communities. Listen, this is the most important thing. Today, we celebrate you. We know you will go on to achieve great things for yourselves, for your loved ones, for your colleagues, and for the common good. We want to say to each of you directly and listen closely how valued you are as individuals. We hope Salem State will always have a place in your hearts and in your minds as you move forward and make a difference in the world. Today is your day. Congratulations. We are so proud of you all.
I am now pleased to introduce today's student commencement speaker.
Hello, fellow graduates of Salem State University. Whether you're a friend of mine, an acquaintance, or this is the first time you're seeing my face, I just want to start by saying one thing. Congratulations. We all knew that our senior year of college was going to be a difficult one, but no one could have ever anticipated the events of 2020. From a pandemic that has ravaged this planet, to the civil unrest brought on by systemic racism throughout this nation, to the economic crisis we are still clawing way back from, and the ecological collapse we face as an existential threat to the planet. The world was changed for everyone very rapidly in 2020. The year left a mark on everyone as we are collectively recovering from the emotional, physical, and mental toll that has been brought along with the pain and suffering of friends and family lost. Quarantine, social distancing, lockdowns, and reopenings. This virus has shaken up the very fabric of our daily lives. Through it all, though, we have realized the importance of banding together as a community, checking in on friends and family no matter the distance, and taking time to appreciate all of the little things. When offered the opportunity to speak to you, I was suddenly faced with how truly daunting this task would be. As I have just stated, our society is wrought with so many ills and challenges which our generation and those to follow will need to address head-on with courage, compassion, and resilience. Issues of racial justice and equity are at the core of becoming a successful democratic society. As a white male, I want to acknowledge that I am cognizant of how uncomfortable the topic of racism is perceived to be, especially among white people. We cannot continue to shy away from the discussion and deny historical injustices suffered by so many. I am also cognizant that I will never be able to fully understand the pain, injustice, and racial trauma so many have endured and continue to navigate. I have learned that I have the capacity to use my power and privilege to affect change in my personal and professional spheres of influence. I am calling on each and every one of you to do the same. This year has illustrated to me that in order to be a successful change agent, I need to be a lifelong learner, a keen listener to perspectives different than my own, and suspend judgments about superficial traits, such as one's skin color, where they are from, or who they love. I am thankful for the experiences I have had at Salem State, especially back in 2017 during the Forward Together rally. While there, the Black, Brown, and Proud student organization protested the bigotry and hatred on campus and solidified the need to push towards greater equality. Listening to my fellow students share their experiences made me realize the responsibility I have to educate myself and be a stronger advocate. The ones who must expedite this change are not only the ones experiencing that pain and suffering throughout their everyday lives, but also the ones who have the privilege of never knowing it. We must hold ourselves accountable and pledge to never be a silent bystander of any hate crime. Those that are Black, Brown, Asian, Indigenous, LGBTQ, and all other marginalized groups are the ones we must proactively support as vocal allies in our communities. Tough conversations need to be a part of everyday life, and we must search for ways to make the uncomfortable discussions more commonplace. Knowing we can do better right now is not enough when we each carry the power to enact a greater caliber of change. As we all experienced over the last 4 years, Salem State is a microcosm for our own nation, made up of a vast array of diverse people from various backgrounds and walks of life. I wish I could spend this opportunity espousing the measurable progress we have made with regards to social justice. And as you reflect on the history of this country, there have been tremendous strides towards equity, just not enough. The death of George Floyd, and even more recently Daunte Wright, showcase the issues that are still glaringly present. Among the countless others that have been wrongly killed, assaulted, and targeted due to the color of their skin, we cannot allow this trend to continue as we go back to this new normal of living through COVID. The world, and our nation particularly, has shown there is still an enormous amount of work to be done before we have true equality, justice, and peace for every human being. We knew that prior to starting our college careers that there would be numerous challenges one day laid at our feet. We knew the circumstances and the measure of success would be that much harder to attain than even the previous graduating class. It seems strange to me that that day has already arrived. Our dedicated faculty and staff at the university have carefully prepared us for the trials and tribulations of the real world, knowing that the only way to fully experience something is by just doing it. I remember like it was yesterday when moving into Marsh, my mother hot on my trail reminding me not to spend my dining dollars too quickly. It seems that our time to enjoy the splendors of Salem and connect with teachers and students have gone by in a blink. We packed our bags over spring break and left the campus dorms, hoping that we would return after only a few short weeks. If only we had known prior to those half-serious goodbyes to dear friends how much our lives would change over such a short period of time. Instead of drowning in the never-ending what-ifs behind our face masks, we stood up to that looming mountain of uncertainties and moved forward on the path to success. Vikings of Salem State are gritty, tenacious, quick-witted, and innovative leaders. We take pride in our sacrifice that requires sweat and tears for a much-deserved job well done. Despite the underwhelming feeling of a diploma mailed to our house or classes uprooted and put on Zoom without a moment's notice, we stood unwavering in the face of adversity. We truly embodied what it meant to be a Salem State Viking in 2020. The class of 2020 is a collection of brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, mothers, and fathers of a fantastic community that will be flourishing for decades to come. As Vikings, we are identified by our many traits and experiences. We are the part-time night class grinders, library booth napping, 11:59 p.m. final finishers, gas at gym rats, Goodnight Fatty, Bagel World, and Burger King fiends, and of course, Halloween-loving Vikings. So, stand tall next time you look in the mirror and feel proud of the accomplishment you have made in a truly unparalleled time of this world. Know that in your heart of hearts, no matter how many times you get knocked down and fail in your career, no matter how many times you face injustices or unfair treatment because of the color of your skin or who you are, you will always be a Salem State University Viking from the class of 2020. And no one will ever be able to take that sacrifice away from you. Thank you.
Thank you for those wonderful words of congratulations and thoughtful reflections. President Keenan, I have the honor to present to you Dr. Monique Williams Morris for the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
Dr. Monique Morris, you are an educator and activist who has opened eyes and hearts by asking difficult questions and committing yourself to finding the answers. As a social justice scholar, filmmaker, and prolific author, you have sparked national conversations about how race, gender, and education intersect. Among your many talks and publications, your widely acclaimed book, Push Out: The Criminalization of Black Girls in Schools, revealed the deep injustices that exist in the very places that are supposed to be sources of opportunity. You present us with a way forward in your most recent book, Sing a Rhythm, Dance a Blues, Education for the Liberation of Black and Brown Girls. Your work has become essential reading for teachers, principals, policymakers, and more. Reaching beyond your impact as an educator and author, you have contributed your deep knowledge towards making progress through countless organizations, some of which include the NAACP, Grant Makers for Girls of Color, the Black Girl Freedom Fund, and the National Black Women's Justice Institute, which you founded in 2014. Your commitment to creating a more equitable, just, and promising world for girls and young women of color has positively impacted countless lives. Your dedication to finding the truth, shining light on it, and advocating for needed change is inspiring. Thank you for dedicating your life to closing opportunity gaps and leading us toward creating a society that works for all.
Thank you for this incredible opportunity to address you, the graduates of Salem State University. Congratulations, class of 2020, and congratulations, class of 2021. Today, we celebrate this incredible milestone with you as you enter the next phase of your life. For some of you, this is part of your family's legacy of higher educational achievement. For others, you may be the first in your family to achieve this honor. And now you can walk boldly in designing new pathways for educational achievement and attainment for your loved ones. There is no question that the past year has brought on unprecedented challenges, but through science, perseverance, ingenuity, faith, and love, and good sense, we've made it to this point. Pause to breathe and acknowledge these blessings, because it wasn't easy for anyone. Malcolm X once said that education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. That's a passport you now hold. Your future belongs to you. As you chart your course and consider the next part of your journey, I want to encourage you to understand your trip in the context of the many paths that may knowingly and unknowingly cross your own. The Nigerian author and scholar Chinua Achebe shared with the world that until the lions have their own historian, the story of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. I've always understood this as an invitation for us to explore the power of perspective and to understand how we are all participants in a greater narrative about the lived experience. both of a single incident and of shared societal ones. The story of the hunt is something that impacts not only the lions and the hunter, though. It impacts the fly on the lion's tail, the antelope and the zebra who may not be far in the distance. It impacts the grass, and it impacts those of us learning about it. The entire ecosystem is impacted by the story of the hunt. And so this is a metaphor for our justice work. All of us are impacted by acts of harm, acts of injustice. So we can't turn away from those paths that may be different from our own, or that don't appear to intersect with ours. They will still affect the ecosystem that we're a part of. So it all still impacts us. My invitation to you graduates is to engage a participatory worldview and actively seek to locate yourselves in the justice narrative. Your investment in your intellectual self is partnered with an opportunity to engage in narratives, conditions, and structures that are greater than just you. The work you will lead, the discoveries you will make, the lives you will impact are all consequential. Being in this position of leadership requires a commitment to align our actions with the idea advanced by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that justice is the use of power to correct everything that stands against love. Seeing yourself as part of the movement for justice does not require an extraordinary sensory perception. It also doesn't require you to have a fancy title. It requires that we make the decision to be part of the tapestry of healing in whatever sector, industry, career, life scenario, and or condition that we're in. Some of the most important spheres of influence that you will have will be in your own social and familial settings. This reality invites the wisdom offered by Nikki Giovanni, who explored the power of viewing what we do naturally as revolutionary, meaning explore your passions, offer your gifts, but always maintain a commitment to correct what stands against love while doing it. So I ask, will you use your power to correct everything standing in the way of love? Will you radically center the unconditional positive question in every inquiry? Will you uplift possibility rather than restrict opportunity? The challenge of this work is to be present in our current truths while being emergent in the strategies to design networks and interconnected systems that uplift the best in all of us. The challenge of this work is to engage love as a core value and justice as a metric for success. So the challenge is ultimately for you to consider not just whether you will locate yourself in the justice narrative, but how you will do so. Justice is not a pie to be divvied. It is as infinite as possibility. And you are called to join in the co-construction of that ecosystem. That is the future to which your passport grants access. Thank you, Salem State University, for the opportunity to share these moments in community with you. And again, congratulations, class of 2020, and congratulations, class of 2021. Be bold, be brave, and be loving.
Thank you, Dr. Morris, for your cogent and inspiring address. And now we have reached the portion of our ceremony that you've all been waiting for. Provost Silva, will you please present the candidates for degrees?
President Keenan, I am pleased to present the candidates for degrees. The candidates for bachelor's degrees in Maguire Meservey College of Health and Human Services will please rise. President Keenan, I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Social Work, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified.
By virtue of authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Salem State University and the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Social Work, according to the departments in which you have qualified, with all honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
I am pleased to present the candidates who have qualified in all respects for the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, with specification according to the department in which they have qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Salem State University and the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, according to the department in which you have qualified, with all honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining.
President Keenan, I am pleased to present the Salem State University graduates.
Julia Ann Abbott, Sagal Abdi, Joshua Benjamin Abers, Rukia Munier Abukar, Ariana Elizabeth Acuna, Fadeke Mochisola Adeyi, Anyara Aguero, Stephanie Page Ahern, Drusilla Akello, Spencer Ackerman, Bushra Akil, Christopher Alice, Hector Manuel Valdivieso Alice, Lishburne M. Alcantara, Kenneth G. Alderman, Linda Almadani, Eduardo F. Ulloa Alvarado, Promise Amati, Samuel Cardozo Amato Jr., Olivia Helen Anderson, Sydney B. Anderson, Giovannia Galvao Andrade, Gabriela De Andrade, Deja Alexis Andrews, Hunter John Andrews, Liam Michael Andrews, Sydney Chaplin Andrews, Belinda Ann, Christopher John Ansaldi, Victoria Antoine, Connor Douglas Anthony, Meredith Page Van Antwerp, Oliver Misiga Apunda, Martina Afonso Ferreira de Araujo, Christine M. Arrigo, Rachel Renee Armstrong, Alejandra Arredondo, Robert Arsenault, Craig John Arvanites, Ryan Astley, Ashley Michelle Atkins, Emily R. Aubert, Jaden Taylor Aubrey, Paul O'Quinn, Claire Tabitha Auguste, Jacqueline Alexis Oat, Rudy Aviles, Oluwasei Awoyeola, Yampi Abar, Alicia Imat, George Morara Aoti, Shaima Azam, Henry Azizai, Timothy Bakey, Louisa Rowe Balgassi, Courtney Banks, Deanna Santos Ramos Barbosa, Kelly G. Bardalis, Kayla Olivia Barnes, Joseph Barrett, Anna Cruz Barros, Stanley Ralph Beaubrun, Jessica Beck, Allison Beatty, Emerencia N. Bequique, Bibiana Tahoa Bella, Alexander Michael Bender, Tayyib El Fadi Ben Kirain, Nadine Natasha Bennett, Jamie Elizabeth Bent, Elio Benvenuto, Barbara Therese Bergendal, Nina Bermudez, Darlene Bertrand, Brianna Nicole Bessler, Skylar A. Best, Taylor Rose Bettencourt, James Becker, Cameron John Betts, Rebecca Marie Biancardi, Demosten Beatree, Christine Nicole Bixby, Rachel M. Blaisdell, Jada Monet Blake, Kelly A. Blanchard, Andrew Gerald Blazo, Michael E. Blazo, Stephanie Marie Bonilla Garcia, Evelis Marie Banoldi, Amanda Renee Borges, Kyle N. Borges, Alyssa Boudreau, Michael Boulay, Reed H. Bourgeois, William Raphael Bowden, Sierra Bowles, Jordan Lynn Bradbury, John Michael Bro, Alana Breen, Hannah Bromberg, Dylan Thomas Bromley, Brianna Brooks, Kenny S. Brown, Ariel E. Brown, Brendan Peter Brown, Connor P. Brown, Kaylee Brianna Brown, Catherine Jane Brown, James Bryant, Jordan Robert Bonapane, Karen Patricia Burdick, Jonathan R. Burke, Gloria J. Burnham, Marissa M. Cabito, Juan Cabrera, Lorena Caetano, Mark D. Califf, Christopher John Caleri, Alex Mardoche Calixt, Amy Lee Callahan, Jill Patricia Callahan, Kristen Callahan, Katie Cameron, Paul Richard Campbell Jr., Angelica Campos, Mariella Canella, Lauren Therese Capellotti, Megan E. Caponigro, Caitlin Caporelli, Peter Louis Carabillo, Claudia Carius Pineda, Damaris Alexandra Caridad, Riley Margaret Carlisle, Catherine Eleanor Carpenter, Sarah Marie Carr, Liam Carroll, Patrick Timothy Carroll, Samantha Dylan Carroll, Ottavio Cassiato, Cherish Rashida Casey, Caitlin Ashley Casada, Jenna J. Cassie, Natasha Castillo, Cesar L. Castro, Mark Morin Centrella, Gabriella A. Cerro, Frederick Anthony Cerundolo, Haley Elizabeth Chapman, Michael Benjamin Chase, Noah Chow, Joshua J. Chavez, Israel Sherry, Ashley Chetty, Lida Chen, Nicole Sede Shejo, Robbie Christensen, Nicole Kaimia, Ellen Sintolo, Omu Sise, Salimata Sise, Isabella M. Chula, Lindis L. Clark, Sean Cleary, Stephen L. Clemens, Jules Julian Cleofat, Sean Patrick Clifford, Shirley Closeal, Crystal Ryan Clooney, Emma Sear Cody, Elizabeth Colette, Kevin Edward Collins, Dennis A. Comau, Fabrice Pingduende Arnaud Compaoré, Kyle Conant, Christina A. Corey, Geraldine Cortez, Ashley Elizabeth Corton, Juliana Rose Costanzo, Samantha Jean Coveney, Christina Cox, William Bradley Cox, Kaylee H. Crabb, Sadie Crane, Daniel T. Craven, Mia R. Crawley. Amanda Marie Crespo. Riley Cristoforo. Alexis Croce. Christopher William Krogan. Amy M. Crossland. Glitza M. Crowley. Joseph D. Crowley Grattan. Jaylene A. Cruz. Liliana Marie Cruz. Nema Culuso. Alicia Christine Cummings. Jean Marie D'Amico. Carmine Donna. Caitlin Dabanino. Megan Elizabeth Dahl. Shulun Dai. Nicole D'Amato. Francisca Stifrey Daniels. Elhaj Mamadou Ali Dansoko. Diane Doskovich. Dina A. D'Angelico. Aaron D'Angelo. Samuel Louis DeBartolo. Rachel Louise DeUlius. Amber M. DeMars. Michael Anthony D. Ruosi. Gordon Maxwell Derry. Lauren A. Dearne. Jency Alexa Desir. Kendra Lorenzet D'Souza. Brett William Dukmagian. Cynthia M. Diaz. Daniel Mark Diaz. Nicholas Thomas Dicey. Stefania DeMeo. Sarah Jacqueline DePlacido. Darlene Dupree. Rosado De Romeo. Nicholas W. DeShisho. Danisha Dominguez. Corey Donahue. Grace R. Dos Santos. Elise Rodier Doucette. Michael Dovidio. Patrick Alexander Dowsett. Christopher Scott Drew Hamill. Sarah Elizabeth Duffy. Jury Dule. Christopher John DeLay. Jason Stephen Dumas. Thamar Dume. Shay Margaret Dunnigan. Crystal Pauline Dunstan. Edward Duran Jr. Jillian K. Duval. Rochelle Jacqueline Edmond. Richard S. Edwards Jr. Chiamaka R. Ejendu. Schwabe El Ansari. Kaylee Elsevich. Solange El Kalasi. Alana Elliott. Sarah Emmanuel. Alexa M. Emerson, Patricia P. Estrada, Mackay Stephen Joseph Etheridge, Brian Michael Eder, Jenny E. Zell, Andrew R. Fantasia, Lena Ann Farana, Jacqueline Fallstick, Grace G. Fain, Kersey Annabelle Felice, Michaela Marie Felice, Watanya S. Felt, Mac Fernandez, Jacob Fernandez, Javier Fernandez, Emily Herrera Figueiredo, Adam R. Flaherty, Gabriella Fonte, Catherine Lorraine Forrest, Madison Marie Foster, Erna Fossung, Jacqueline Francois, Kendra Brenneth Franco, Natalie M. Frankie Otten, Ashley Rose Frantz, Joshua Michael Freeman, Leah Ann Freitas, Yannin Fritz, Ashley Taylor Furbush, Alyssa Furtado, Elizabeth R. Gaffney, Luisa Gallego, Camilo Garcia, Elizabeth Garcia, Jessica Estella Garcia, Quentin Ulysses Garcia, Veronica O. Garcia, Claire K. Gardner, Cameron Garrity, Nubia Olivia Gaston, Oltjan Gaji, Stephen W. Van Gata, Rachel C. Gian Gregorio, Tony Giannotti, Patrick J. Gibb, Amanda L. Giles, Megan J. Gilligan, Sonia Rose Gilson, Samantha Ruth Gimler, Angela Induta Gitao, Paige Mary Giuliano, Philip Raymond Gladue, John Glovsky, Felipe Montero Gomez, Dioselina Gomez, Genesis Yasoda Gonzalez, Jennifer Gonzalez, Carlos Luis Gonzalez Rodriguez, Matthew Gooding, Natisha Grace, Christopher Joseph Graham, Nicholas Graham, Lizzie Maria Gray, Julia Elise Gray, Brett J. Graziano, Nicole Gregory, Arpine Gregorian, Sal Christopher Guarino, Brian Guerrero, Lawrence Guerrier, Leslie R. Guevara, Ashley Melissa Guillen, Nabin Mani Gurung, Christopher John Gutowski, Jorge Luis Gomez Guzman, Kay Ulrika Hagland, Sarah F. Halperin, Shane Joseph Hancock, Kevin Lewis Hand, Allison Marie Harris, Megan M. Harris, Ryan Hart, Drew Mackenzie Hartnett, Daniela Haruni, Jalen Alexandria Hassel, Shaina Hastings, Andrea Hava, Paige Healy, Cindy A. Henriquez, Patrick Michael Huron, Maiskerline Hernandez, Erica Alexandra Herrera, Amari Jamal Haywood Gonzalez, Alexandra M. Hill, Katerina Hidolari, Noah Salvatore Hodgkins, Elizabeth Hoffman, James M. Hoffman, Marissa Hoffman, Zachary Holt, Danielle N. Howington, Catherine Isabel Hudson, Diana Hushadich, Jenny Huang, Elijah Hyman, Brian Hines, Chad Michael Hines, Nicholas Owen Hines, Mark Anthony Cecilio II, Kenneth Joseph D'Agostino II, Glenford William Wade II, Stephen Gerard Olson III, James Francis Shaughnessy III, Jessani Lynn Insogna, Damilola Mansura Ipaye, Akane Ishida, Daniel Isibor, Precious Oseriton Isibor, Frederick Robert Kelly IV, Alhaji Ibrahim Jallo, Catherine Granda Jaramillo, Janique G. Jean, Richard Jean-Pierre, Zuri Irma Jimenez, Wilson Jimenez de la Cruz, Christopher Estrubal Jimenez Delgado, Daniel Ezra Johnson. Emily Hannah Johnson. Elizabeth Johnston. Noah Kevin Jones. Elizabeth Yonikas. Paul Jr. Joseph. Tiana Kylie Joseph. Jeffrey Judge. Brianna Justiniano. Celia Margot Campner. Jane N. Karanya. Jelena Kadidzik. Sandra J. Kaufman. Marjorie Kayando. Robert Patrick Keddy. Jonathan Michael Kehoe. Owen Lucas Kennedy. Kyle W. Kenny. Brian G. Kenton. Bradley L. Kerwin. Afua Serwa Sarabor Kessie. Susan Kim. Brian L. Kinnear Jr. Edward T. Klozevich. Adzo Kafui Cloutsy. David John Koch. Hubert Konate. Philip Kotov. Michelle Krukonis. Stella Kulabako. Alexis S. Kolarski. Luis Kulumba. Mabel Kunihira. David John Quapis II. Kaisa Marie Lafond. Mimosa LaForest. Melanie Page Laganis. Daniel Jr. Laguerre. Christine Landa. Levi Langdale. Patricia Lavarante. Jonathan Lawrence. Michelle Lazarus. Cameron Daniel LeBlanc. Dana Evan Lebrassier. Rachel Marie Legy. Abigail Leon. Amanda Susan Leslie. Madison Alexis Levesque. John Michael Lewis. Mary Bridget Van Loo. Philip Roy Lones. John Lones. Michelle Loomis. Wilfred Corto Real Lopez. Adriana Lopez. Amanda Lopez. Jose B. Lopez Jr. Jennifer Pierre Lewis. Angela G. Lopez Luis. Alec G. Lundy. Paul Parada Lynch. Molly J. MacDonald. Ross P. McDougall. Phoebe Elizabeth McGee. Cassandra C. Mailiaro, Alyssa Mary Magro, Janesh Singh Maharjan, Rashida Maruda, David J. Mayu, Chelsea M. Main, Jana Melisha Maker, Devin Nicole Malatesta, Marco Andre Herrera Maldonado, Daniela M. Maldonado, Edouard Adelson Rivera Maldonado, Joshua Malin, Vasna Sovan Mum, Matthew Manfra, Angela N. Monsi, Alicia E. Meradiaga, Hannah Grace Marchant, Caitlin Ann Marcinko, Christine Marchini, Bartolo Alessandro Margiota, Danilda M. Maria, Amanda Jean Mario, Caitlin Markin, Michaela Marks, Michelle Lennon Marquis, Jeremy Nathaniel Marache, Tino Tenda Mishala Martin, Angelica Camacho Martinez, Vanessa Martinez, Samantha Rose Masjon, Edward Frank Mastrocola, Samuel Zakwadia Matuawana Jr., Eleanor Rose Mayo, Raymond McAllister, Dakota McCarthy, Megan S. McCune, Catherine Bernadette McGonigal, Corey James McGrath, Catherine Rose McGrath, Sherry Lee McHugh, Derek Michael McIntyre, Shannon Teresa McIsaac, Caroline McKinnon, Andrew John McNeely, Tariq Saifullah Mahmood, Claudia Marie Mejia Nascimento, Madeline Areli Melara, Naishali M. Melendez, Natalie Mellinger, Lexi Ann Mello, Elsie Karina Mendez Barrera, Francesca Mendoza, Maria Josefina Gomez Mercedes, Dominique C. Mercier, Courtney A. Merritt, Michelle Elizabeth Mazansky, Kyle Anthony Milovanovic, Stacy A. Minchello, Maisel S. Mirabel, Romello R. Mitchell, Christy Mondesir, Armando Adolfo Montes, Bianca Mora, Timothy Moran, Ryan Peter Moreski, Noelani S. Morin, Mervyn D. Morrison, Michelle Mortimer, Gianna Moschella, Diudo Muempe, Catherine Mukasa, Amanda K. Haas Mulcahy, Shaina Desiree Mullen, David Kabuya Mulumba, Jessica Jeannie Murphy, Sarah Marie Murray, Georgiana Mutanga, Courtney Louise Nadu, Rashida Nakijoba, Richard Anthony Nardella, Deanna Nasson, Ashani Akeem Nelson, Jonathan Nere, Teresa Neth, Rachel E. Newell, Ivy W. Googie, Patrice Marie Nicholson, Megan Elizabeth Nicola, Devin J. Nicoloy, Miranda R. Nieves, Samantha Rose Nigro, Ashley Alexa Nival, Jane and Jerry, Jacqueline Nashi Niju Gong, Samantha Knopp, Jaryen Nova, Summerly Noy, Margaret O'Brien, Kyle O'Connor, Heather J. O'Donnell, Brogan Lewis O'Hara, Ashley Aaron O'Keefe, Lavender O'Doer, Kenichuku Ofonogoro, Job Onchiri Ogega, Anthea Ogwu, Hunter James Onmais, Rafaela Araujo Oliveira, Alexa Christina Ortiz, Omar X. Ortiz, Francis A. Otting, Eric Oyola, Kylie Painshod, Sarah Jessica Palm, Caitlin P. Pangolinan, Paris Noel Panicali, Jordan A. Pantoja, Maria Rafaelia Papa, Abby Papagelis, Victoria Pappas, Peter Pappas, Hannah Louise Paquette, Isabella Rose Parco, Madison Parker, Caroline E. Parley, Kevin J. Parsagian, Andrew Parsons, Courtney Ann Pascal. Daniel Patenode. Kanchanathatar Angsukasate Patrican. Sarah LeBeau Patterson. Leanne M. Paula. Hannah Payen. Abby Marlise Payton. Danielle Louise Peck. Michaela Peck. Jacqueline L. Pelletier. Joseph Philip Pelletier. Bailey E. Pennington. David Mendonça Pereira. Michaela Luis Marie Pereira. Madison T. Pergolotti. Brian J. Perrin. Matthew Evan Perry. Alona Petrarca. An M. Pham. Alexa Pina. Jeremy Picanso. Marissa L. Pierce. Christine Pimentel. Anna Y. Pimentel. Jennifer Pino. Genesis Augustina Pinto. Antonia Piotrowski. Taylor Christine Pitts. Emily Page Plassett. Linda Plone. Philip Polizzi. Alex Robert Popielski. Thomas Daniel Potter. Michael B. Prey. Catherine Quevedo. Abigail Quimby. Christian A. Quinones. Chantel A. Quintilio. Milvia Elizabeth Ramos. Matthew Rattigan. Zachary Reagan. Stephen T. Remsen. Braulio Reyes. Mark Francis Ricci. Raimi Nicole Richards. Melissa Ricker. Juliana Rose Ricupiro. Brianna Ringler. Leonelkis Jasenia Rivas. Ada E. Rivera. Jennifer Nicole Rivera. Keandra Robertson. Allison L. Roberts. Caitlin Roberts. Rachel Jane Roberts. Alexa Nicole Robinson. Mitchell Scott Robinson. Shannon Mary Robinson. Monica Roche. Gabrielle Ariana Rocheville. Claire Tina Roche. Carlos E. Hidalgo Rodriguez. Brian Martinez Rodriguez. Anna Riani Lizbeth Rodriguez. Brianna Rodriguez. Chelsea Elizabeth Rogers. Sherry Gail Rogers. Alexia C. Rojas. Francesca De Rosa. Ayana Rosa. Kenneth William Garcia Rosario. Mark Andrew Rosenfield. Ariana Rosie. Cheryl Ann Rue. Rachel Rowe. Samantha Francis Roy. Scott Ruland. Sam Sala. Brooke Salamita. Alicia M. Sanchez. Brianna Marie Sentner Sanders. Paige Sanella. Julie E. Santiano. George Santorinios. Nayarit de los Santos. Smerling Ivelisse Duran de los Santos. Juan Santos. Kaylee Ann Sapienza. Sarita Saru. Andrew Michael Satiriale. Carolina Stephanie Saturia. Ioana Savadu. Crystal M. Scarborough. Adam Michael Shembry. Ryan Schwartz. Timothy Michael Scouten. William Suti Sem. Nicole D. Sentner. Alexandra Serino. Sean P. Sarah. Jeffrey Sett. Michael Shanahan. Samuel Shea. Chandler Manning Shores. Rebecca Ann Siefken. Merlene Pedro de Silva. Brianna Silva. Sabrina Janaina Silvera. Tyler Daniel Sinclair. Ram Singh. Brandon J. Circasoon. Louisa Anik Circasoon. Alyssa Emily Smalley. Ashley Nicole Smith. Chelsea R. Smith. Matthew Stephen Smith. Theodore Mario Solano. Lilybeth Solis. Angelica Carrie Sue. Eli Spector. Alexis Spencer. Juliana Elizabeth Spinoza. Kelsey Lee Squires. Peter C. Stacy. Jessica M. Stanita. Emily Rose Cronin Stanley. Catherine Stavropoulos. Brianna Lee Steves. Timothy Connor Stevenson, Parker Nicholas Stevens, Tasha Carmen Stockwell, Samuel Stone, Kayla A. Sullivan, Kyler Daniel Sullivan, Nikki Lynn Sullivan, Rose L. Sullivan, Destiny H. Suma, Joel David Surrett, Nancy Ann Swecker, Monica Sayabuth, Samantha Ann Jekovich, Daniel Joseph Simchak, Emily Kimli Tang, Patrick Tai Hung Tang, Vanessa Rochelle Terabay, Brandon Tyler Tardunio, Chloe Tassone, Genesis Lee Turchiak, Paul Terrazano Jr., William S. Testa, Rania Thabit, George Theodorakakos, Caroline Lace Tybert, Alexander Christian Tilkins, Marissa Titus, Raymond Michael Tobin Jr., Melanie Rose Tognazzi, Patrick Trainer, Brian Luat Tran, Tu On Lai Tran, Iris Troplini, Michael Troy, Jordan Duke Trong, Sky Marie Tucker, Justin Taylor Tucker Lavelle, Jessica T. Tully, Christian J. Torkey, James Michael Turner, William Frank Twiss, Anthony Umeji, Aisha Andromedia Valdez, Teresa Valenti, Margie A. Valley, Iris Valls Mahagan, Vanessa Ashley Van Buskirk, Kala Vandersloos, Tori Vargas, Glade Vasquez, Matthew Vasquez, Chanel Velasquez, Daisy L. Velez, Damiano Rocco Ventura, Marissa Renee Vickers, Harry Vidal, Manuel Joao Vieira, Jessica Veal, Stephen Saint Ville, Idalis Via, Amber I. VR, Elizabeth Vo, Tun Do Vo, Nicholas A. Vutselis, Trang Vu, Kristen Marie Wall. McKenna Lee Ward. Stacy M. Watkins. Alexander Webb. Joanne Webster. Bruce John Stephen Wyke. Gavin Joseph Weinman. Rebecca Wester. Brooke Lee Westmoreland. Kimberly Whiting. Ryan McGowan Whiting. Aaliyah Marie Williams. Brandon Lee Williams. Nicole Doris Williamson. Sabrina Lee Wilson. Emma Rose May Winder. Megan Wanson. James Joseph Wood. Hannah Rose Woods. Samara Worku. Hannah Wright. Renata Yablonsky. Jonathan Inoa. Mackenzie Marcel Zahara. Dora Phoebe Zawango. Rachel Elizabeth Zamora. Madeline A. Zarzur. Joe S. Zazinga. Arlenis Annabelle Zokie. Kyle Travis Zuccaro.
Congratulations to the graduates. New graduates, you have many to thank for assisting you in achieving the wonderful milestone of a college education. The faculty of Salem State University were a critical part of your success. New alumni, please join me in showing our faculty our appreciation. And now, to bring us greetings from the Alumni Association, is Double Viking Deborah Lee Surface, Salem State University's Alumni Association President.
Hello, graduates. I am Deborah Lee Surface, Salem State University Alumni Association President. I am a double Viking. I graduated from Salem State with a bachelor's degree in art in 2005 and my MBA in 2019. My path to becoming a Salem State student was non-conventional, and maybe like many of you. My career at this university, as I'm sure you can relate, was full of people who showed me compassion and who had a desire to see me succeed. I found where I belonged, and it was in the most unexpected place. The university, its faculty and staff, offered me so many opportunities and provided me the chance to make connections that would help me as I grew in my career at Salem State and beyond. But those opportunities and connections were unexpected because I did not have any intention of attending Salem State for my education, let alone 2 degrees. But ultimately, and fortunately, I fell in love with this institution. So how does someone who never had any intention of attending Salem State end up becoming a double Viking and the president of the Alumni Association? Let me rewind to 2001. I had applied early decision to the University of Rhode Island and knew that was where I wanted to be. There was no question. After declaring my major, making the cheerleading team, moving to URI early to start practice, and finally attending my first week of classes as a freshman, I had an epiphany. I hated it. I called my parents and said, I hate it here. I can't stay here. Thankfully, they supported me in my decision. I would return to the North Shore and go to Salem State to take some classes. Luckily, before leaving high school, Salem State had a table set up in my school for on-the-spot admissions. And while on the way to lunch that day, I said, hey, why not? They waived the application fee, my dad went to Salem State, and let me just apply. So I did. and I got in, full well knowing I was going to go to Rhode Island. Well, that one application, filled out on a whim, opened so many doors for me. Salem State, in my time of need, offered me an opportunity to return home from Rhode Island and find that feeling that I was missing. When I came to Salem State, I instantly felt at home. I instantly knew it was the place for me. I took night courses to begin with, and eventually I was admitted to the honors program, where I was awarded a presidential honors scholarship. 4 years later, like all of you, I walked across the stage at graduation as a newly minted alumna and would return several times over the following decade. And now, I stay connected because of all Salem State has given to me, given all of us. I have chosen to be part of the Alumni Association for the past 10 years and become an adjunct in the Bertolon School of Business because I want to give to future students what Salem State gave to me. I want to be a part of helping to create opportunities for students like you and me, and ensure every student has the chance for that unique experience that culminates in the pride and connection we all share. Every aspect of my connection to Salem State, as a student, an adjunct, and Alumni Association president, feels like home, and everyone at Salem State feels like family. And for all of you, graduates, your family is going to grow in leaps and bounds following today's ceremony. Our alumni community is over 70,000 strong, and you're all now a part of that community. The Alumni Association is here to support you and be a support system for you to continue that connection to the university as you had as students in your postgraduate lives. Our graduates work together to support and lift each other up. The Alumni Association sponsors events and activities throughout the year to connect you to our immense alumni network and offers you the opportunity to stay involved within your major, your new profession, and your passion. Whether you graduate today and follow the lead of over 85% of our alumni who remain on the North Shore, or chart your own course, you will join our fellow alumni in fueling the economy, keeping us safe, educating our communities, keeping us healthy, and working on the front lines during the pandemic. While you are continuing to show the world all that makes you a Viking, your determination, grit, and resiliency, remember to stay connected to the place where you honed those traits. The opportunities Salem State has provided to all of us was just the beginning. As you go out into your communities, know that the university, through the Alumni Association, still has so many opportunities for you to explore. Graduates, once again, congratulations. We all look forward to seeing the differences you make in your communities and how your lives will be changed with the degree you received today. Please stay connected so we can see that transformation. Come to our events, stay in touch, or reach out to me personally so I can buy you a cup of coffee and we can talk together about your future.
I hereby pronounce today's commencement ceremonies adjourned.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. Your resilience has been an inspiration. You have come so far, and I know you will go even further. Thank you for making us proud. You will always be part of our Viking family. Congratulations.
Felicitações. Parabéns. Congratulations to you and your family.
Congratulations to the Salem State Class of 2020, especially to the graduates of our French program and Certificate in Translation. Félicitations à tous, je suis très fière de vous.
Congratulations, Class 2020. I'm proud to be your professor. We went through this together. You're stronger than COVID-19 because you're Class 2020.
Congratulations, international students and study abroad graduates from the Center for International Education.
Woohoo! A big congratulations to the class of 2020 from Salem State University. You did it. I'm so proud of you. And here's to an incredible future. Go Vikings!
On behalf of the Salem State University Police Department and the Chief of Police, Gene Labonte, we congratulate the class of 2020 on your graduation. Stay safe and healthy.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Go Vikings!
Congratulations, Sport and Movement Science students. Virtual handshake.
Congratulations, Salem State University class of 2020. Sorry I can't be there to graduate with you, but look, remember, you've just got to do this and you're a graduate. Congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2020, and to all of the media and communication graduates.
Congratulations, graduates. You did it. We wish you all the best. We're so proud of all of your accomplishments, and we hope that you'll stay in touch.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Well done.
Hello, this is Luke Conlin, professor in chemistry and physics, wishing the class of 2020 a happy graduation. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to international students from China. 祝贺来自我们中国的国际留学生。
Congratulations, all of the Bertolon School of Business graduates. Yay!
May you have peace, may you have joy, and may you find balance.
I hope that you will never be without a good pen and a journal and the innate ability to just write it out. Whatever it is that's standing in your way, guys, write it out.
To my awesome practicum fellows, Alana, Amanda, Laura, and Alyssa, congratulations, you did it! Yay!
Congratulations, graduates. You have grown so much. You are healthcare studies strong. Go out and make a difference in the world. Damn it. Yeah!
Congratulations, grads.
Congratulations, Salem State University students, class of 2020. You have earned the right to wear your tassel on the left. And although it may look like I'm celebrating Halloween, I am actually celebrating you in this year of the mask. Congratulations.
Congratulations and best of luck on your new adventures.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hey, healthcare studies grads, don't you dare let this pandemic dampen your spirits, your excitement, your joy, and the pride you are feeling right now as you complete your degree. And while we can't be there with you to celebrate on May 16th, we know you've worked so hard, so we're bringing the celebration to you.
I'm Dr. Judy Josephs, sending the very best wishes to the class of 2020.
Congratulations to all media and communication graduates and to all Salem State graduates.
Make yourself happy and healthy and successful. Okay, we hope that every day you get up with your intention to make that happen. Thanks and congratulations.
Go.
Congratulations, study abroad students, class of 2020, Salem State.
We wish you all the success you desire. Now go change the world.
Congratulations, class of 2020! I wish you fulfillment in all your work in healthcare. It's challenging, it's gratifying, it just is brings a lifetime of growth and fulfillment. And I hope that wherever your work takes you, you experience that. We're really proud of you. Congratulations.
Good job.